The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com.
Here is a question, a very sad question I got from Maxine. See what your gut response is. Should you forgive or not forgive? That is the question. Dear Dr. Kenner, my grandpa molested me until I was 11 years old. I told my parents when I was 7, and they did nothing since we lived with my grandpa. We eventually moved away and then returned to live with him a year later. He continued to molest me, and again, my parents knew about it and did nothing. My mother was concerned that my grandpa would go to jail. She told me not to call the cops. She was on his side. I also had 2 older brothers who hit me regularly. Their physical abuse was serious and excessive. I recall one Christmas, my dad and my brothers were playing together with my Easy Bake Oven. I was peeking into the room, wishing I could join them. I felt so left out. My mother used to call me fat and told me I could never become a cheerleader. Now I'm older, and my family still disrespects me and treats me unfairly. Are they wrong? They tell me I'm psycho and that I need help, but I think they're the ones needing help. Should I disown them and have no contact? Or do they deserve me to forgive them and act as if nothing happened and still go on associating with them? I'm broken inside. Do I have the right to feel sad and sorry and wish that this didn't happen? I'm dating a guy who tells me I should forgive my family. He says everybody makes mistakes and that I should get over it. He said I should stop bringing up the past because it doesn't matter. Is he right? Or do I have a right to ask my boyfriend to be supportive, to love and comfort me? I've never had a normal, happy childhood. Can I recover from the sexual, physical, verbal, and mental abuse? Thanks, Maxine. Maxine, you are so right. You have every right to feel sad, to cry, to feel hurt, and to feel angry. And if you can get some supportive therapy, maybe with a cognitive therapist who's skilled at working with abuse issues, I think you would benefit tremendously. And you also may want to work with the therapist and consider some legal action against your grandfather. I don't know if that's still feasible, if he's still alive, and you may want to go that route. For some people who have been abused, sexually abused, it gives them a sense of long overdue, well-deserved justice. And for other people, they just want to move on in their lives. They want to rebuild their lives. They don't want to revisit the horrors, which would actually happen by bringing a perpetrator to court. You have to revisit the past. So it is true that some people make mistakes. I know your boyfriend said some people make mistakes and you need to forgive them. It is true if they properly make amends. But sexual abuse and your parents concealing that fact is not in the category. That is not a mistake, such as, forgetting a lunch date with a good friend who could make amends. Physical and sexual abuse by your grandfather was deliberately chosen and perpetrated over many years, and it was done with your parents' knowledge. There's no forgiveness for the type of horror that robbed you of your childhood. Your grandfather should be in jail. You have no duty to fake a love for him. You have no duty to fake a love for your parents or for your brothers. You have no duty to live a pretense that you had a normal childhood. You have a duty, a responsibility to yourself to be honest and accurate with what happened in your past and to find a way to heal. So the question you now face is your boyfriend giving you good advice, and is he the type of person that can help you mend?
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad, and then Alan will be back.
Romance. I wish I knew more about what girls want from a relationship. Boy, I wish I knew more about what I want. Where's that ad I saw? Here it is. The Selfish Path to Romance, a serious romance guidebook. Download Chapter 1 for free at selfishromance.com and buy it at amazon.com. The Selfish Path to Romance. That is interesting.
So the question you now face is your boyfriend giving you good advice? And is he the type of person that can help you mend? His advice to you to tell you to move on is dismissive of your pain. Because to pretend that your family was good when you actually lived a nightmare is a warning sign about his character. And to paraphrase Ayn Rand, those who grant sympathy to the guilty grant none to the innocent. Those who grant sympathy to the guilty grant none to the innocent. So you deserve to heal, to value yourself, and to eventually find someone who sees the best in you. You deserve to discover the tools to give yourself a healthy future with a loving partner. And anybody who tells you that you need to forgive or forget is wrong. They do not have the value, you as a value at heart. What they have is destruction at heart. They are supporting your enemies. So it's so important for you to get some good skills, get some guidance. You don't want to make your grandfather the focus of your life, or your mother or father. You want to be able to get some good standards, some good moral standards by which to judge them, not the forgiveness one. There's no forgiveness in this case. And to find better people. You want such great supportive friends and people around you who are unlike the people in your past.
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance, the Serious Romance Guidebook by clinical psychologist Dr. Ellen Kenner and co-author Dr. Edwin Locke.
Genuine self-esteem does not depend simply on your practical successes and failures, but on your method of thinking and your choice to act on the basis of your best thinking. It means being in mental focus. You're in charge of whether and how you think. How you think affects the practical outcomes you achieve, but outcomes are not always fully in your control. What's important is that you do what is possible with what is in your control. If you earn your own self-esteem, you make yourself more lovable. And in the end, you'll attract more and better individuals as potential partners.
You can download Chapter 1 for free by going to drkenner.com. And you can buy The Selfish Path to Romance at amazon.com.